Amber Heard is appealing the verdict in the Johnny Depp defamation trial. The move comes 6 months after a Virginia jury ruled the Aquaman actress had defamed the Pirates of the Caribbean actor in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed, where she described herself as a, quote, public figure representing domestic abuse, but did not mention her ex-husband by name. In court documents obtained by Access Hollywood, the actress also appealed trial court Judge Penney Azcarate's rejection of Heard's attempt to get the verdict overturned and to have a new trial, writing, quote, the trial court also aired an overruling Heard's demurrer, in which she argued that the challenged statements are non-actionable expressions of opinion and are not reasonably capable of conveying the alleged defamatory implication. That holding, if allowed to stand, undoubtedly will have a chilling effect on other women who wish to speak about abuse involving powerful men. Throughout the appeal, Heard and her attorney talked about the effect the verdict will have on women moving forward, writing in part, quote, this precedent will have a profound and devastating effect on women who have been abused and victimized by men with greater power and resources, and will empower abusers to feel that they will not be held accountable for their actions, and will increase their abuse of such women if this verdict is allowed to stand. Heard's appeal also mentions Depp's 2020 libel case against British newspaper The Sun, who he sued over an article where he was labeled a, quote, wife-beater. The United Kingdom courts ruled against the actor in that case, which is why Heard and her team write, quote, this case also should never have gone to trial because another court had already concluded that Depp had abused Heard on multiple occasions. After Depp filed the case, the United Kingdom High Court of Justice ruled in a separate defamation action brought by Depp that Heard's abuse allegations were true. Representatives for Depp have declined to comment. Depp's $50 million defamation lawsuit brought against his ex ended in June following a 6-week televised trial. The finalized verdict stated that Depp will be awarded $10 million in compensatory damages. At the time, the jury also awarded him $5 million in punitive damages, but that amount was reduced by the judge to $350,000, the state of Virginia's statutory cap. Heard was also awarded $2 million in damages. Regarding the money she owes her ex-husband, Heard and her team wrote, quote, even if this court were to disagree with all the foregoing, the jury's award to Depp of $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages, statutorily reduced to $350,000, clearly excessive given the narrow time frame for which Depp could recover. After the trial ended, Access Hollywood sat down with Johnny Depp's lawyer, Camille Vasquez, and she shared what it was like working with the actor.
You mentioned trial, and I know Amber Heard has done sit-downs recently about the trial, which I, just as an outsider, seems confusing because wasn't the whole point about the defamation, and isn't she sort of going down that same road again?
I think that the verdict speaks for itself, right? This was about Johnny getting up on the stand, telling his story, and telling the truth about what happened in that relationship. And I think he did that, and unanimously, the verdict was he was defamed.
And you'll continue to work with him if needed, correct?
Absolutely. We have another potential trial coming up in July.
And was it always in this particular space, criminal law, that you wanted to get into? Because there's obviously so many different areas of law. Was that always the area you wanted to work in?
I mean, yes and no. This had a criminal element to it. This trial did, but it was obviously at the heart of it. It was a defamation case, right? It was about your name and Johnny's name in particular, and his reputation and what that means. You know, to me, it's important in a defamation matter to make the jury understand that this affects all aspects of someone's life. And yes, we were talking about a big life. We were talking about Johnny Depp and a lot of money, but it could be your life, and it affects your job, your family, your friends. It's your name.
Right.
It's what you have.
That's right.
It takes someone really brave and courageous to say, you know, I've been defamed and I'm going to bring an action to put a stop to this.